In the annals of history, few dynasties have left such a dramatic imprint as the Stuarts, a family whose story is filled with tales of ambition, conflict, and power. Their rise to prominence began with James VI of Scotland, who famously became James I of England, uniting the crowns of both nations for the first time. But what truly made the Stuarts' ascent to power so gripping is not just their political triumphs, but the bloody and tumultuous path that paved their way. The stage was set in the late 16th century, a time when Scotland and England were two distinct entities, each with their own monarch and political intrigues. James VI ascended to the Scottish throne in 1567 under tragic circumstances as a mere toddler, following the forced abdication of his mother, Mary, Queen of Scots. This turbulent beginning, marked by a childhood steeped in political chaos, would shape James's future approach to kingship and diplomacy. Raised under the guardianship of Protestant regents, James developed a keen political acumen and a vision of a unified Britain. His chance to enact such a vision arrived in 1603, upon the death of Elizabeth of England. With no direct heir to the Tudor throne, the English crown fell upon James, uniting Scotland and England under a single ruler. Thus began the Stuart dynasty's rule over both realms, a period marked by both promise and peril. The prospect of a united Britain initially held great potential. James' first reign could have been a harmonious blend of culture and governance. Yet, it was soon shadowed by religious discord and financial strife. A devout Protestant himself, James struggled to manage the deep-rooted sectarian tensions between Catholics and Protestants, a strife that had infused British politics for generations. One of the most infamous episodes during his reign was the Gunpowder Plot of 1605, a Catholic conspiracy aiming to assassinate James and obliterate the House of Lords in a single explosive stroke. Led by the now infamous Guy Fawkes, the plot was foiled, but it left a legacy of suspicion and repression that haunted James's entire rule. Beyond religious turmoil, James also faced the challenge of managing a monarchy in debt. His extravagant spending habits and frequent conflicts with Parliament over fiscal policies triggered a series of disputes that would foreshadow an even greater confrontation in his son Charles I's future. James attempted to assert the divine right of kings, a doctrine that would prove increasingly contentious in the years to come, as it put him at odds with a parliament that was determined to limit monarchical power. Despite these struggles, James, I was a patron of the arts and an intellectual, commissioning the King James Bible, a work that would have an enduring impact on English literature and culture. Yet his intellectual pursuits and cultural contributions could not pacify the rising tensions at court and across his kingdoms. As his reign drew to a close in 1625, James left behind a legacy that was a complex tapestry of aspirations and discontent. His reign had set the stage for an era defined by power struggles and bloodshed, underlined by the unresolved tensions between monarchy and parliament, as well as the religious divisions that he failed to heal. James I's legacy was passed on to his son, Charles I, who would inherit a kingdom fraught with unresolved conflicts. The Stuart rise to power, initiated with such promise, ultimately laid the groundwork for one of Britain's most divisive chapters, the English Civil War. In closing, the story of James I's reign is a testament to the intricate dance of power and politics. His efforts to forge a unified Britain were noble yet fraught with challenges both external and internal. The bloody legacy of the Stuarts reminds us that the game of kings is one that is often played as much with blood and tears as with crowns and thrones.